you so much. I am thrilled as a Lieutenant Governor of Delaware to announce an incredible program that we are launching here in the first state. I know as a mom, an educator myself, there is nothing more important than a solid education for all of Delaware's children. And I am thrilled today to be sharing with you and announcing an incredible program just being started here through an incredible philanthropic individual to launch into Delaware, the STAR Merit Program. This program is going to be the beginning of an opportunity in Delaware that we haven't had in the past. With a generous donation and support from Mr. Paul Peck, Delaware is going to be launching with my many partners here and those who aren't present today, essay-based merit scholarship programs for our young ones, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And I can tell you, from being in the community, from Claymont to Laurel, we have a lot of needs. And coming out of COVID, you all know the challenges that we've all faced emotionally with their education aspirations. Our young learners especially have been challenged, and these experts here have lived it, they understand it, and we're going to make a difference in Delaware. Education, particularly among our minority students, really matters. Great challenges have happened in behavioral health around our young learners, our communities of color. And so, like the STAR Merit Program, when I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Paul Peck, I was so honored to convince him to come to Delaware. He had done so in other states, and to give us a shot to work with Delaware, because we are the first state, we are remarkable, and we're going to lean in and we're going to uplift our students. And we're starting intentionally very focused on our Black community and our young learners to make sure that they have that skill set, because if you have an appreciation for learning and education, that's your economy, that's your life, and it's the skills that we all want for the future. And starting with some inspiration through an essay, leaning in with a sustainable opportunity, setting it up with a partnership with the incredible Divine Nine and others so that there is mentoring and sustainability. And in addition, I'm going to introduce each of you in a moment. We're joined today in our audience by remarkable principals, assistant principals at Bayard. We have our faith leaders from IMAC and others in the community, Bishop Gibson, Reverend Ty Johnson. I just want to say thank you to the many participants, Reverend Brown, who've come out. We're going to lean in, and I'm going to make sure that Delaware's STAR Merit Program, with everyone's help from the state partners, is super successful. My team in the Lieutenant Governor's office has diligently leaned in to make sure that our students, no matter their backgrounds, are going to have the resources that they need to be successful. And I'm going to turn to our auditor in a minute, who will share with you the nice thing about this is there's not a single state dollar used in this program, and it's truly coming from a spirit of volunteerism, a spirit of philanthropy, and a spirit of leaning in to make our programs for our Delaware children, especially those from our Black community, to have every equitable opportunity. Speaking of equitable opportunities, today, I have wonderful individuals with me, and we'll take turns speaking. And I'm going to go next to Lydia York, who is our state auditor, who keeps an eye on our fiscal house, so to say. And also we have Mr. Paul Dumford, who is with the Christina Teaching Learning Initiative programs for the district. And then Taisha Greca, who is with Tequity, which is really important. And then Dr. Kate, who came up from the Capital School District, who you lean in and understand so incredibly well the needs of our children every day. And then what more do I need to say? To the sustainable partners who are going to lean in, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Dr. Keith Pettiford, who has been the past president of the Divine Nine. We thank you, because not only is Delaware going to give out stipends, anywhere from 100, 150 to these essay award winners, we're going to make sure that they have the continued mentoring for success. So, everyone's been introduced. Enough of me. Time for you to speak. And I'd love for our auditor to give us her perspective on the STAR program that we're launching today.
Well, to start off, I know that I was a blessing to have parents who were also educators. So they made sure that I learned to read. They made sure that I did the extracurricular activities. They made sure I did a lot of things. But everyone doesn't have that. And I'm particularly thrilled that this is a private initiative, because I am deeply skeptical of that phrase called the public-private partnership or relationship. But this isn't that. This is a symbiotic relationship in terms of private dollars trying to bring about a very public good. So I'm really excited to be associated with these folks and with Mr. Peck, and I am looking forward to this program being transformative in the Delaware way.
Okay, so Paul, to you.
So as I think about this, I proudly serve the Christina Wilmington schools, and in serving those schools, we have a pre-K to 8 model here in the city. And one of the things that we struggle with post-pandemic is this idea of what's next after. How do we motivate our students and their families, because it really is a family connection, to think beyond what is the 8th grade, to think beyond what is 12th grade. Scholarships may be available to students, but if the readiness isn't built early to want that, it doesn't matter what's available on the table for them. And so what I loved about the STARS Merit Program is the idea that we would have our 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders thinking about their future in a way that's spotlighted beyond just the school. My teachers will tell you that they're doing everything they can, and I will tell you that I see them every day doing everything they can. I know parents are doing everything that they can, but when we get a private partner who shines the spotlight and says, what's education? What is important to you in education? I want you to think about it in the 5th grade. I want you to think about it in the 6th grade, the 7th grade, and the 8th grade. And then I want you to be ready to apply for scholarships in the 9th grade. As a father of 3, proudly had all 3 attend college. All 3 struggled with, it's essay time. How do I sell myself in an essay? And as the father of 3, we made a deal. A third of your education is paid for by your parents, a third of it is you with scholarships, and a third you're going to borrow. As they did that, they realized they had to write essays. And in those essays, they had to tell of themselves and the value they had on education. Getting 5th graders to start that process with an outside partner, a private partner shining the spotlight, has a huge impact, a potential for a huge impact in changing the conversation. As students are writing essays with teachers' guidance, families will be engaged in that. Having the Divine Nine who consistently support us in our schools, actually mentoring the students that are starting to show themselves through these essays has potential for really changing the story for many of our students and their families. When we get a child educated and a mother sees their child go through education, that mother then becomes a proponent of the schools as well. And so as we build strong families, strong students, this project, along with many other things that we do, but this project in particular shines that light that the private sector cares about our kids. It cares about the success of our kids and how they get to school. And families will see that writing actually begins to earn the next step for students. So we are very excited in Christina Wilmington to take this on with you.
Great, thank you. And to Ms. Greca, who has a unique model in Tequity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but before I talk about Tequity, I want to say that the STAR program makes me reflect on my own life. I was 3 years old when I was adopted from Jersey City, New Jersey. Both of my parents were on the streets and on drugs. So I came to live with a first cousin, and through private donors, I was able to go to Tatnall, K through 12. I was able to go get my education at Morgan State University, even get my braces, because we didn't pay for that either, and then also get my 2 masters. And I think that people don't understand how much a gift can mean in someone's life. It can change your trajectory, it can give you opportunities. I had opportunities that I thought I would never have. And unfortunately, I can see the difference in some of my cousins and even siblings that were not adopted. So working in the private sector, working at JP Morgan, BlackRock, Vanguard, being in these technical roles that I didn't see myself in because I was not poured into as a child. I was not told I was good in math. I was not told I was good in science. So STEM was really scary to me because I was like, ooh, I'm not smart enough for that. But then I found myself in roles in technology. So I was like, oh, you don't have to be the perfect person in your mind to take an opportunity or a risk. So we get to Tequity, which is tech and equity. I really want people to understand if you start with a child young and you give them the opportunity to grow, to learn, to study, and to believe in themselves, and they have mentors like the people on the stage that believe in them as well, then their opportunities are limitless. And thank God for the STAR program, then they're also getting funding to prove that, you know, their dreams and aspirations mean something to somebody, even if they don't see their face. And I think it's just amazing. I hope that we can broaden Tequity to the entire state, and I just look forward to all the partnership.
Great, and what a wonderful story, and students can see themselves in the essay and the writing of each of you. And one of our champion leaders in the state, from the middle of the state, from our state capital, the Capital School District, Dr. Cade.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Let me tell you that this is an exciting opportunity, certainly for our students. With the return and open out challenges in the K-12 space, and I would say our middle school students have been most challenged. What a great way to incentivize things in a positive way. And as you reflect on your lived experiences, I think that's one of the things that's most important, that we understand that young people want a sense of agency. They want to be positioned so that they can also position themselves to reflect on the impact that education can have on changing the trajectory of their lives. But also, I want to go back to my own lived experiences. As a former ward of the state, I remember my first summer school job. And I remember in New York City winning the mayor's scholarship, which was $500 towards my college education. And I remember my social worker helping me write that essay, and how important that small gift was to my ability to get on a college campus and support myself and have a savings, right? This scholarship and merit fund sort of parallels that experience for our young people. As we go into spring and we prepare for the summer, young people across our nation will be looking for opportunities to earn money in the summertime so that they can buy the things that their parents may not be able to afford for them. And I know that you can understand and relate to that. Summer jobs and merit opportunities with efficacy for young people, it's a part of the new 21st century landscape that we're embarking on in the K-12 space. And so I have to tell you that I am immensely excited for the young people at the Dover Middle School campus who are doing the right things every day, who will have an opportunity to really reflect on the impact that education can have on their present and their future. And it's opportunities like this that create the spaces for young people to reflect and think about making better decisions, right? Based on the criteria of this opportunity, students have an opportunity to demonstrate merit through their academic achievement, improving their academic outcomes, and even making contributions to their societies. And as a member of the Divine Nine, I'm a Zeta.
I do have blue on, although.
And I will tell you that in Central Delaware, the Dover Village, our Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance, particularly our Social Action Committee, they're very involved in supporting what we're doing in schools. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to hear more about how the Divine Nine can get involved, because it is important when we think about the future of education in our state and our nation. It is about a collective moral imperative. It is about everyone, including young people, having voice and a space at the table. And this positions our young people to start that process very early on. So I want to thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and I want to thank our generous philanthropists who are stepping up here in the first state to give our young people an opportunity that they would not have gotten. So I just want to say thank you. Great. Thank you for inviting the Capital School District to the table. We're excited for this great opportunity.
Great, and we have others who signed up to help, but Dr. Cade, you were the first in a text and a message and signed me up. And I think your personal lived experience it is felt in the heart. And the same in this, your story tells everything. And That's so important, the merit opportunity. And again, we're navigating this, we're piloting, and I can't wait to see the outcomes. And I know the outcomes are going to be more than, as you indicated, an essay with educational aspirations. Love the example, Paul, with your children and the essays. Love the fact that it is private dollars. And so for the last speaker that we have at this point until later, we're going to end with our philanthropist. Is someone who needs no introduction, Dr. Keith Pettiford. You're so well known in so many hats that you wear. He's an author of a children's book. He's done so many things, but today you're representing, I know, the Divine Nine and the Alphas and the partnership you envision.
Absolutely, and the key word that Dr. K just mentioned, excitement. We're really excited about this. The Divine Nine, and specifically my fraternity Alpha Phi Alpha, we spend quite a bit of time in the community talking to the children as mentors, as tutors, but we also have many administrators, teachers, et cetera, that are really helping a lot of the children in our communities. And the exciting thing about it is that if you look at the objectives and vision of each one of our specific organizations, the common thread is scholarship and education. Absolutely. And the STAR program aligns perfectly with everything that we do. And so it really gives us another tool that we can use to really get and stay connected with a lot of these students, really help them, again, with whatever specific realm we want to be able to assist them with. We want to be able to use this as an additional tool. The other good thing is that a lot of the fraternities, we spend a lot of time with young African-American men. Many of them don't see themselves aspiring to college or a trade or whatever other level of education that they're, we've been experiencing or showing them. And so this gives them another, again, opportunity to be able to see and be able to motivate themselves and really push themselves to really get to that next level. And so that's another good thing about this program is that they see that, okay, there's dollars attached to this that might be able to help me. I know that my mom and dad may not be able to assist. So if I now put in the effort, I'll be able to get some of those funds. And again, it's just going to be a very, very good experience for them. It's going to be a good experience for the Divine Nine. We're going to just continue to, speak to the children, listen to the children specifically, and again, from middle school all the way up, and really understand what their needs are, what their focal points are, what they're looking to do in the future. And again, this combination is really going to add a lot of value as we go forward. So again, we're very, very excited. I know all of my Greek fraternity and sorority brothers and sisters are excited. And so again, as this really comes to fruition, we're going to be ready to go from day one. So
Great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I mean, as you can hear, and there is a structure, which I am not going to get into in the weeds on how this is going to work, but letting the viewing audience know, since I'm sitting next to the auditor, I did want to say that this is an official nonprofit, that there's an oversight, there is a board who has volunteered to step up, and it includes academic settings like Delaware State University and Del Tech and others who are leading. Mr. Paul Peck will tell you later, he's had this established in other states and other academic settings. So again, we are focused on 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. There's a criteria that will be sent out to these beginning schools where we are doing the soft launch, I want to say, for this spring, and with it going on into perpetuity. And since it is a nonprofit, am I allowed to mention if there are other donors listening in or businesses? I got her approval that we are eligible. We are looking for those too, because we want this program to grow, and we're so humbled by Mr. Paul Peck and his generosity in helping us launch this. And please note that today they could not be here in attendance. We have the Capital and the Christina district, but we also are going to have Red K. We also heard from Colonial, we heard from Caesar Rodney and the Laurel School District. So we are going to be statewide in this initial soft launch. And ideally next year, when we go into the next part of the next school year, even more opportunity. And so for families listening in, get ready, encourage your students. even if they don't even know how to write well, we're going to work with them. You've got
Absolutely.
mentors, because it's all about putting that pen to paper for the first time, and each opportunity that's coming forward. And to, again, the principals, the faith leaders, the Lieutenant Governor's office, Letty and Susan and Kelly, Portia, who've leaned in to put together a program really kind of quickly. We just want the Delaware state community to understand how important education is, and really equity is the foundation. And we're going to lean in, and thank you all for being here to launch this. Thank you for helping, and we'll have to revisit, and hopefully next year we'll have more dollars to announce, more partnerships, and most importantly, the students. And we will be having some fantastic certificates where families are going to be invited, and it will be a wonderful opportunity to celebrate our children. So with that, welcome to the STAR Merit Program to Delaware. Look forward to the launch.
DETV is Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly, federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly, federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Hi, and welcome back, Lieutenant Governor Hall Long, with our launch of this STAR Merit program here in Delaware. It was my incredible honor when I met Mr. Paul Peck, and we had a conversation about what he has done remarkably in other states as a philanthropist and someone who really cares about our young students and our Black and brown communities, making sure there is equity and opportunity, equity in learning. And when he shared with me about this essay competition, I thought, this is something the first state could implement because we have phenomenal educators and leaders, just as witnessed in our last panel, and is joining me here today from North Wilmington all the way down to the southern tip of Delaware. And to our incredible Divine Nine partners and our amazing faith leaders and other community leaders who understand the opportunities. And with a merit-based fund scholarship for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and directions will follow on how to participate in the participating schools this year, we are thrilled that Mr. Peck listened to kind of my pitch, decided that he would lean in and be the start to the nonprofit, which again is a 501c3, an official board that can take additional donations. Now, Mr. Peck, a deep, sincere thank you on behalf of the state of Delaware. And I'll turn this to you, sir, to have the last word today on the STAR Merit Delaware Foundation, the program.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I sit here and I look around and I see all these good, caring people who are helping other people, who are raising the aspirations of our children in Delaware. And I say, thank you, God. I'm going with the big one first.
Now, you're supposed to be looking in the camera too, I think, here, even though you're praying to the bishop. That's smart.
Well, let me apologize.
He's a smart man. I'm a pastor's daughter. For those who don't see the camera, he's leaning to the bishop. So he knows, and Reverend Ty and Reverend Brown. So you're going to the faith leaders. But here in Delaware, we are just so pleased that you are here with us, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll look into the camera, but I'm thanking you all for really helping children and raising their aspirations. And also, I'd really like to thank the Lieutenant Governor who created the STAR Merit Award Initiative in Delaware in 2 months.
My team helped.
Not 7 days, which is, but 2 months is pretty good. I think we're very, very fortunate, again, to have people like you all who make such a difference. What you are doing, and the most important thing, is that you are providing children with hope and with caring and with a chance to succeed. I've written a few words about this, and this will be made available to you. STAR is unique. STAR is different. STAR looks at the entire problem, the entire issue that is facing black children nowadays. It looks at the whole and it has a solution. It's all volunteer. Nobody makes a penny off STAR. We don't pay for mileage. We have no paid employees. STAR Delaware has, again, officers. They have directors, none of whom get paid for mileage or reimbursed.
That's great.
I started STAR in 1992. Over the years, we have seen what a difference we can make. We've had hundreds of volunteers who have worked with children to make things different. Over the years, we have seen that if you show a child that he or she is valued, you can change their lives, and we have. One thing that I want to say is that we give children second chances. STAR Merit Awards are based on GPA or improvements in GPA. So if a student all of a sudden sees that there's an opportunity and a different path that could be taken, then they have that, and then you take that and you combine it with the necessity of being able to write, to persuade. So we do self-teaching that way. And then we do, all of this is different. Nobody else gives any kind of merit awards for 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. There's a tangible reward for what you're doing. We have all the volunteers that are working together. We have volunteers who are mentors. We have colleges providing mentors. All, again, different. Children can change. If you think about hope and caring, and you think about how our lives have been changed by someone who helped us, that is what we're trying to do right now. And that, again, is what the Lieutenant Governor has brought about. It's really impressive to be able, as she has, to create something in 2 months. Really impressive. It's really impressive to take an entire state, Delaware, the first state, which is going to continue to live up to its name, to be the first state that provides merit awards to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, because we show them a path that will provide them a better opportunity. And it becomes much more important because we're becoming a knowledge-based society, and when you talk about a knowledge-based society and artificial intelligence, you have to have that ability to think. So Lieutenant Governor has done a magnificent job in terms of this. What I have right here is a prop, but I actually wrote something on this. We have 15 different reasons why STAR Delaware is unique. It's really impressive. As I say, nobody makes a penny off STAR Delaware. 98+% of all its funds go to STAR Merit Awards. A nonprofit foundation is considered good if even 60% goes. This is going to be something that will go out and change the way that children, black children in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grades have an opportunity for the future. We are really thankful for the Lieutenant Governor and everything that she has done, and we are proud to be partnering with her. Because she is so impressive, because Lieutenant Governor Hall Long has done so much, the STAR Scholarship Foundation, of which I am the chair and CEO, is going to contribute $100,000 for STAR Merit Awards over the next 4 years.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Peck. There's a lot to be said with philanthropy, and we have young adults here, and the model that we're creating is a sustainable model where we have the wonderful partnership with the Divine Nine as well as with the faith community. I can't thank you enough for believing. You never know where a conversation will lead. And thank you for your leadership, your generosity, and to all who are helping us launch. So if you are interested, we will get you more information. There will be detail included, I'm sure, in the caption going out, and certainly can reach out to my official office, and we will ensure that any child can be placed in the participating districts right now. If for some reason your district isn't participating yet, our goal is that we'll continue to expand on those availabilities for those across our state. And it just is a warm, heartfelt, deep, sincere thank you for being open, sharing the STAR merit model with Delaware, and for your generosity. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.